Alright, moving up the card, we've got Mike Breeden versus Natan Levy. I will be picking Natan Levy to win this one, and I will be picking him to win by submission. It's actually very worth noting that Natan Levy, I think he's got a black belt in Kung Fu, and he's got a black belt in Karate. He's definitely more of a karate-based fighter, and he does have a pretty good karate style when he's striking on the feet in MMA, but he hasn't actually managed to get a KO win inside of his professional career, which I think is actually kind of crazy, in my opinion, considering he is predominantly a striker, but I don't think that he's going to have the KO power to knock out Mike Breeden with one shot in this fight here. Mike Breeden, on the other hand, I feel like he actually is potentially like a live underdog if the fight is on the feet, considering the fact that that's where Natan Levy potentially wants it. I feel like Natan Levy is going to be shooting for takedowns in this one though, but as long as the fight is on the feet, Mike Breeden does have power in the hands. He's got 8 wins by knockout out of his 10 wins, which I think is actually pretty impressive, really. And he does have a very small reach disadvantage, so he's going to have to get on the inside of Natan Levy in this one here. But where Natan Levy does excel is he happens to actually have a pretty decent ground game as well. He won by submission over Shaheen Santana, who was undefeated at the time on Dana White's Contender Series, and he's got 3 decision wins and 3 submission wins. He's got LFA experience as well, and LFA is a pretty respectable promotion on the regional scene, in my opinion. Mike Breeden, though, prior to this, he did beat Nick Compton by decision, where he lost the first round to Nick Compton, who was 39 years old, coming in on short notice. Is what it is, I guess. And then he did knock out Ken Beverly. He's lost to Anthony Romero on the Contender Series, and Anthony Romero did not get a UFC contract from that, which is pretty interesting, but he's got a knockout win over Brandon Jenkins, the guy that actually is in the UFC right now. He might be getting cut, but he's still in the UFC, I think, and he did get knocked out by Alexander Hernandez on short notice there. I will be picking Natan Levy, and I'm actually going to be going Natan Levy by... The thing is, Natan Levy could potentially get his first KO win in this one here, because Mike Breeden, in my opinion, he's not the greatest UFC fighter in the world, but he could definitely find an upset with the feet. I think Natan Levy is actually live for a decision win, using his wrestling and his grappling. He's live for a submission win, using his grappling, which he has shown in the past. And he's also live for a KO as well, with his karate style. He just hasn't shown it to me yet. He hasn't shown his KO power yet. But he does fight from Syndicate MMA, so he's going to be coming out of a good gym. So is Mike Breeden at Glory MMA. I'm going to be going with Natan Levy, probably more so the decision or submission side. I feel like KO is potentially live, but he's never got a KO in his MMA career, and I feel like Mike Breeden potentially isn't that guy to get his first KO win. I'm going to be going Natan Levy by a decision or submission here, in this one here, full-weight karate kung fu fighter.